Hello, everyone. This is Bill, and this is my Ponderosa. Looking back on the game with a little bit of distance, once again, the first thing I always have to say is that I had a great time. It's a game. It was fun to play with these people. They are devious fuckers. Yeah, this game, I think, from the outset has been full of more backstabbing than I expected. I mean, actually starting out as far as I can tell from afar from the very first boot. So these are all good players. Looking back, well, I am here because we had put together what I think was a very good plan to break up JT and Trevor. Obviously it wasn't. Or it wasn't as good as I thought. And here are my people.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, guys.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm a little annoyed. Yeah. I think I know who I'm annoyed at, but...
Start it off. Walk us through what happened from my eviction, Antonio's going to now.
Yeah, first, sorry, dude. Jason.
Oh, dude,
First of all, I don't know what was going on over there.
I apparently didn't either. So
well, okay. Ryron was very disgruntled at the beginning because apparently there was a lot of map sharing going on and he wasn't getting any of that action. And Mike at least told us that he was feeling very on the bottom as well.
Yeah.
Now I'm
clearly he lied about that.
Well, yeah, I want to tell you one thing. That was a flat out lie for Mike. That's a dead call right there.
I'm pretty sure Mike fucked me. I'm sure because of Mike.
I really wish it was Mike tonight. Like, I prayed to the jury gods that it was going to be Mike.
You know what?
He just sat there with that fucking smug ass look on his face, and I had to have my camera off because I really wanted to say something. But
did Mike play a part? And was he one of the people that flipped on me for the vote?
Yes.
Yeah,
because it wasn't going to be you.
That's what I heard.
It was going to be Trevor from our side.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And then both Ryron and Kylie came to me and said, nah, Trevor is pushing your name so hard. So that's when I flipped it to you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair. I'm not going to deny it. I ain't going to deny it.
Why were you coming for me?
Honestly, my big thing is like moving forward, like Niasi 2.0 kind of had a feeling that you and Logan were kind of the two, because we were basing it off of your guys' tribal council, because apparently you guys went pretty much damn near every time. And we were kind of going over the scenarios on how the vote worked. The first one with Anthony going home, I was like, well, Bill flipped on him that quickly. So then he's clearly in closer with the rest of the group. And then everybody started getting a feeling that you and Logan were close. I wanted Logan gone. Your name wasn't even on my radar. You weren't even on my radar. But I was like, you know what? If I can't get the head of the snake, I'm going to go for the next best thing. And that's where my mind went towards you.
No, that's perfectly fine. And I was bummed we just never got around to getting a chance to talk to each other because the Anthony vote, I knew Logan and I would get each other through Niasi. Or I'm sorry, Manji. I really wanted to work with, I was open to work with anyone.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to work with Anthony. I really wanted to work with Shantae. Anthony, I mean, you know how hard it was to get in touch, at least for me to get in touch with him.
For sure.
At Niasi. It was the same thing at Manji. And I mean, I know he's busy, but we're all busy. And I set up a bunch of calls and he actually blew off 2 of them without even telling me he wasn't going to make it. So I'm like, okay, I am clearly not in this guy's long-term future, nor is he in mine.
Yeah.
So I was more than happy to get rid of Anthony.
Fair enough.
Chante, I really. Oh, and meanwhile, Logan had a very strong relationship with Karen. I never really developed much of a relationship with her, but I was convinced Logan had her on lock. And I was also convinced Logan would take me if things were horrible enough that it got down, no matter who that third was, if things got to the horror that we never thought would happen, that only two of us would survive, I knew Logan would take me. I had no doubts about that, so I just kind of let him rock and roll.
Yeah.
I wanted to work with Chante, and Logan at least claimed to be amenable with it at the time, but I talked to her, and I tried to throw her some olive branches, some whatever. I mean, I told her where I had searched for rocks.
Yeah.
Stony silence in return. Nothing.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm like, okay, you two are not. I mean, at least, there are a billion rocks out there.
Yeah.
So, it was no great loss to me to share that one location.
Okay.
But she immediately switched subjects, never came back and said, well, here's where I searched, or here's one rock I searched under, or I've never gotten a chance to search, but I'll let you know when I do. There was nothing. So that's not going to work. Logan, evil, vicious little bitch, as much as
I was gunning for him. He has that. He gives.
He made a final two with Chante the day we had already decided that she was going home.
Wow.
I'm like, dude, Logan, I really enjoy Logan a lot, but his brain works at like 27,000 miles
overdrive. You can tell he's always thinking. Always.
Mm-hmm.
And there's absolutely no edit function whatsoever. None. So everything he thinks comes out of his mouth. I mean, he was freaking working further down the road. He was freaking trying to start an alliance with JT and Trevor. Like yesterday, the day before. So he's just binging, I figured, and now I may be wrong on this, but I figured.
They had an argument about that after Casey went on that night. That they were
what?
So after Casey went, JT and Logan got on and they had this big argument about lying to each other and how they were apparently supposed to work together. But I mean, clearly they're all shitty ass, lying ass bitches.
All of them.
All of them.
JT had my back.
I told myself I wasn't gonna be a bitter dragon, but I'm probably gonna be bitter.
Oh, I've had my days where I'm just like, you know what? Like, I will be bitter as fuck, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to. So I've been back and forth this past week.
Yeah. So and no, they're all liars lie. And I love JT does it. Buddy, I'll never lie to you.
No, he won't.
I don't know.
I don't know
about that. But so in any event, got past that, got through you. I have no idea what happened with you, Antonio, but I heard it was a rockin' tribal council.
It was interesting, to say the least. Everybody was talking about idols and go ahead, Antonio. That's all you. I just sat and watched.
So the day before tribal council, the day before tribal council, we found out we were going. So that night, Mike goes around. He's telling all the five of us, or the four of us rather, I'm gonna vote JT. I'm gonna vote JT. I have an idol, and I'm gonna use it. I have this idol. I'm gonna use it. So don't worry about voting me because it's gonna nullify all the votes. Well, he sounded very like car salesman like, so I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
You were trying to sell me a lemongrass and I wanted a Lamborghini.
Yes.
But so I figured JT had an idol, so I knew I was not going after him. That next morning, I started working on Tierra and Destiny. Said, "Hey, y'all." So I like going back to the conversation and thinking about it overnight. Mike is lying, and
I have discovered.
He is.
So have I.
I've had a little time to try to work through my bitterness, but I'm still bitter. So Destiny was on my tribe day one. She didn't show up. We wanted to vote her out, which I should have did in the first place because it could have changed the complete course of my game. Following behind fucking Logan. And he's like, let's vote Danny. I wanted to work with Danny. Danny, when you see this, I love you. But I fucking went with him, and then Destiny, I found out while playing that she had a previous relationship with Mike, so I knew, like, if they ever ended up in a vote with me, like, I was fucked.
Wow.
So...
Here you are.
And here we are, and now, like, it's going to be petty and it's going to be bitter, but if they make it to the end, I'm going to vote for whoever the third person is.
Like, and I think Logan, being as smart as he is, he's going to use that to his advantage any way that he can. So I have a feeling we might not see, unless, like, they get smart with it or something happens, I see Destiny riding it all the way through.
That would so piss me off.
It would piss me off too.
I mean, just on a more like global sense. I mean, I don't know how much she talked to you guys.
Me and Destiny talked about our kids for like half a day, and that was it.
Yeah, I dropped her a message right after the merge. Did not hear about it until Did not hear back until 3 days later when I pinged her again.
Yeah.
And basically told her at that point, you know, hi, how are you? Listen, we need to work together because what's going on right now is that you are the fake name being thrown about and I am the real name. So
and she goes and works with the people throwing her fake name out. Like, what the fuck?
I know.
Honestly, I'm not even I'm still trying to play out. I mean, 7 votes. Whew.
Yeah.
When Josh asked Kylie a question saying like big moves, like you're at the point in the game now where it's like you should be making big moves to try to convince the jury that you deserve to win. Do you disagree or agree with what she said? I personally disagree a little bit because I think you have like, if I'm going to give you my vote, you need to tell me what you did, what big moves you did to get you here, and just like what splash did you put into the game? I'm not going to take an answer. Well, I didn't really do anything. I was a part of all the votes. I ended up here. Well, whatever they come up with. I personally think that big moves are necessary to get a vote from the jury.
Right, but I would argue, I mean, there's a difference between a big move and a flashy move.
Yeah.
And I think Kylie, in totally getting JT hook, line, and sinker,
that would be
to believe that she was their 6th.
Oh yeah.
I think that was one of the best moves in the game so far. And
I definitely think that was her best move in the game so far.
Yes. And then there's all of Mike's sneaky shit, but we'll probably see him before that.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, I am very interested to see. It's like who I would want to win or want to see would be Kylie and Ryron.
All right.
Who I think will be there. I'm not quite sure yet. I mean, I think to some degree, and again, the players who are playing sort of the biggest in terms of flashiest moves are JT, Logan and Mike.
Yeah, I think out of like I can give like the 3 people who I could see going to the final 3 would be like JT, Logan, and if they play it right, I guess JT, Logan, and I don't know. I think that 3rd one is kind of the hardest one for me. Like maybe Ryron. I'll throw Ryron in there. But if it were to be the ones that you want to win, Ryron, Kylie, and who else did you say was your third?
I'm on the fence on the 3rd.
See, the 3rd one's the iffy. But if it's those 2, I need to see big moves for both of them. Not just Kylie being like able to convince JT that she was our 6th. That's easy for anyone to do. We could have done that. Any person could have done that because Kylie wasn't the only person they were trying to convince.
All right,
but it was our best angle to go with because we figured, like, why not? Apparently, Kylie was riding the bottom of that last vote from your tribe or whenever she went to tribal council. But if it's those 2 sitting in the final 3 or final 2 spots, I need to see something bigger, especially from Ryron.
Okay.
That's definitely there for you.
Then I'm definitely here. Gentlemen, good to talk to you. We'll see you in 2 days.
Okay. Yes, you will.
Bye.
Bye.